I got loyalty, got royalty inside my DNA. Cocaine quarter piece, got war and peace inside my DNA. I got power, poison, pain, and joy inside my DNA.
Get my shot. When I get my turn, I'm going to take this pain. I'm going to take. And I will allow this pain to push me to greatness. This pain will not break me. This pain will not define me.
Yo, this is Hungry Millennial coming to you from Mount Vernon, Illinois. This weekend I decided, or this, look at it as weekend, but it's really not a weekend. This Wednesday, I decided to come down and help my dad work on some rental properties. He doesn't move like he used to, so it's up to me and my other sibling, Isaiah, to kind of, come down and help whenever we can. My little brother's on the East Coast doing really well for himself. At the end of the day, today, I want to talk about like the small things. The small things equal to big things, right? So all my entire life, my dad has always trained me to focus on the small things. Either it's bit by bit, small piece by small piece. You focus on the small things, and the small things become the big things. Whether those become troubles in your life or it becomes, some type of failure. A lot of people might look at it as failure, and it's just a learning point, right? It's just a reassessment of your blueprint of how you need to move forward in life. Nothing, it's only a failure if you don't get up. Unfortunately, we live in a society where, money is king, right? So you have to find a way to fund whatever you believe in. And at the end of the day, just because, shout out to Nerd Gang Deuce, Brian Hanna. I believe it, what he's doing with, the producing everything is pretty sweet with it. Go check him out, Nerd Gang Deuce on Instagram and on Facebook, Brian Hanna. He's pretty sweet at his craft. He was talking about, today he was stepping back into the matrix, saying that, he had to reassess, go get a job and use that to fuel back into the business. My thing is, bro, is I talked to Mark Borzi yesterday. Remember that the head of the department when we graduated, and he was talking to me and he was like, it's not about, getting there instantly, right? It's easier to get a $1 million loan than it is to get a $10,000 loan, because at that point you have equity in your brand. So, but the industry respects anybody that's putting in a consistent grind over a really, really long time, because they know that their heart and that passion is there, right? So, good vibes your way, right? But don't step away from the grind. Keep hustling. Keep putting that action, that massive action with those good vibes, and you're gonna go far, bro. You got so much potential. That's why, early on I was, I emailed you about business developing. I reached out to one of my guys. He's he does some modeling and stuff like that. So, and you sweet with the camera. So I think it's something that, we may be able to, bond together and bring value to each other's brand, right? Everybody has their own personal brand. And when it comes down to it, when you focus on the small things, the big things happen, right? I wouldn't even call this a major setback. This is a super setup, because, one of my favorite motivational speakers, Gary Vee, talks about, you may have a 9 to 5, but it's what you do with that extra gap of time. Are you spending that extra, are you up, till 4 in the morning, when you get off from that 9 to 5, putting it in your craft? If you are, that's one of the biggest keys to success. The way that I'm going about my journey is very non-traditional. A lot of people are like, oh, well, you sleep in your car, that's your own fault, whatever. But they don't realize how much money I'm funneling into my business. I'm not broke by any means. I just happen to find an industry where I can find a parking lot, park my car, get rides all night, and use that to fund it back into my business. When I came down to help my dad in Mount Vernon, I'm not just doing this. This is not, I'm also looking to Uber. So this is kind of a strategic plan, because SIU graduation is the weekend. Shout out to SIU, all the graduates, everybody that's graduating, making things happen. Like I said, all the good vibes to you in the world, but make sure you got that massive action at the same time, right? That's what's gonna carry you over and take you to the next level. It's gonna be a struggle, right? Our 20s are struggles, you know what I'm saying? So that's why I got a lot of respect for Nerd Gang Deuce, Brian Hanna, and what he's got going on, because of the fact that he's not saying he's quitting or giving up. He's just giving you the blueprint of another way of making things happen. Not everybody makes things happen the same way. I guarantee Mark Zuckerberg, the person that, and also the guy that invented Instagram, all those great ideas, they struggled in different ways to get it there, right? They weren't all the same people. Steve Jobs is a totally different person, and he got it on a totally different level. He was broke, but at the same time, he was smart, you know? And so sometimes we have to use our talent or whatever we bring to the table, those small things, to create the big things. But we have to have, Gary Vee always talks about, you have to have macro patience, a lot of patience, and micro speed. Quick. So that means, you know, at any point in time, you know, you might not be doing a vlog video, but you might hop in and do some type of, you know what I'm saying, live video, which can be a part of that vlog, but you're still getting your brand out there. I'm still hearing you, you know what I'm saying? So keep, you know, make sure that when you do reach a roadblock, you do what Brian Hanna did of Nerd Gang Deuce, and you find another way to make it happen. You find another avenue, because it's sweet to network with people, but at the end of the day, a lot of times, most people don't believe in what you believe in as much as you do. You out here giving 120. I ran into that when I was working, you know, as a general manager, right? I always believed in giving all my employees 120%, giving my work 120%. I had somebody I was dating, and, you know, I have a rough dating life, because, you know, she was like, can you give me that 20%? And I'm like, you know, I try to explain to her, I'm like, yo, I cannot give you 20% because I'm in my 20s. I have a kid that I'm already supplying for. All these things, you know, we already put that out there. We already put that there. I have a child that I have to provide for on top of everything else. So Uber ended up being, you know, what I used as my device to create my brand, right? Right now I'm rocking my brand in Southern Illinois on the spot interior detailing. But guess what? It's the year of Stay Ready. I played, I was playing Eric Thomas. You know, I'm playing Eric Thomas right now. You know what I'm saying? His whole thing is stay ready, right? At any point in time, I can hop out of the car and detail somebody's car, because that's my passion, that's my dream. It's mobile, right? It's sweet. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people like, oh, well, you need to get a building, bro. You know, City of Chicago's giving out grants, right? However, we know that when the economy happens, a lot of people have to sell their buildings and they're gonna foreclose. So at the end of the day, when you got a dream, right, you gotta find out a way to make that happen without all the necessary tools. And sometimes you might have to go untraditional. So remember, keep that heat, keep that heart. Remember, the small things equal to big things. And if you can use those small things to focus on the big things, everything else will fall in line. Yo, this is another episode. This is episode 12 of the Hungry Millennial. Y'all stay hungry. Y'all keep acting. Y'all keep maintaining massive action, and watch things gonna change in your life. It might not happen tomorrow. It might not happen in the next hour, but I guarantee if you keep hustling like it ain't no tomorrow, you use that Eric Thomas mentality of, you want to succeed as bad as you want to breathe, I guarantee at some point you're going to have a breakthrough and you're going to be successful. But don't make short-term decisions, right, for the long term, right? It's like being in a pit with, you know, you got a ladder right in front of you, but you cold in that pit, so you take every ring off that ladder because you cold, which is a temporary thing. Instead of climbing out, you use that to start a fire, right? Don't climb out. Don't start a fire with the wood. Use it to climb out. Use your head. Stay focused. Stay mentally focused. Stay mentally prepared. Eliminate the distractions. Focus on the small things, because the small things equal to big things. Even when you meet a roadblock, find a way to go over it, under it, dig through it, see how you can, you know, operate and make that happen. So anyway, this is the Hungry Millennial. Like, share, subscribe. Again, like, share, subscribe. The Hungry Millennial. Find me on YouTube.com. Also on Instagram at On The Spot Guy. Get that interior detail this summer. Thank you. Time me out.
I got loyalty, got royalty inside my DNA. Cocaine quarter piece, got war and peace inside my DNA. I got power, poison, pain, and joy inside my DNA.